Yeah, I think, you go through practice, you got a couple weeks and guys are working on their technique. Sometimes we're asking them to do things a little bit different. And I think it's natural, the first time under live bullets that sometimes they revert. So, just some technique things that, guys went back to old ways of doing things that I think, I think your best learning experience is when you do it wrong in a real situation and you can kind of reflect as a player and see how, going back to the fundamentals we're working on are going to help them.
Russell's made so many plays in his career doing that reverse spinning and going back out of the pocket. You get an emphasis with him to climb in the pocket and work up the floor.
Yeah, I think it's a fine balance. He's got such great instincts in there, but recognizing when, hey, this is really the pocket's breaking down, you got to go versus, hey, there's a little push here, but there's still room to find a place to throw the football. Something he's aware of and stuff that they work on in drill work and just, trying to find that right balance because, like you said, he's made so many plays off schedule. You don't want to lose that, but also, make sure we're finding the plays when things are going right and not bailing too early. Yeah, he's just steady, consistent. I think he's one of those guys that you're not going to fully appreciate till it's, real football. And he's breaking tackles and pushing piles. But, he had a good day today. I think, I think he's coming along. And as he, maybe gets some work. And we haven't talked about the phases, but if he gets in there and gets some work, I think that'll be great for him to, knock some of the rust off and get going. But we're excited about him.
Is it fair to say the offense had their best flow of the camp just at the end of practice?
Yeah, we made some plays. I think it's important in practice that, sometimes you're running a play against a poor look, sometimes you're running against the perfect look, and just really focusing on the execution and not feeling like, the world is ending if it wasn't the best day and not feeling like you've arrived if it's a good day. So, we'll watch the tape. Sometimes 5 guys did something wrong and you still had a good play and try not to be too happy about that, even though it gives everyone confidence.
When do you know it's clicked?
I think you can gain some confidence that you're in the right direction, but, I think you're always know that you're only as good as your next game. And, you never get complacent. You always have to be working and pushing.
Greg Dulcich and Alvaro, their receiving abilities get talked about a lot in that tight end room. What kind of receiver can Adam Trout is?
Yeah, I think he's, solid. He's a guy that, might not have the speed of those guys, but he's very quarterback friendly, meaning the quarterback knows exactly where he's going to be, what he's going to do. And, if you're one of those types of receivers that really talks to the quarterback with your body language and you make the right decisions, then it's somebody that the quarterback's going to have confidence in. So
how impressive was his catch?
I was kind of blocked. A lineman got in my way, and so I was like, and then I heard all the cheering. And I was like, well, that was pretty impressive, but I'm looking forward to seeing it on film.
What has Benvenucci shown so far going back from May to now, and how is he growing up?
Yeah, I think one, he's a really smart player. He picked up the system fast. Every NFL offense can be challenging in the huddle, and his ability to get in and out and get the play call and just have it down and be able to call it has been impressive really from the start. Even in rookie camp, I was impressed with how fast, he was able to spit back the plays in the huddle. And, he's just kind of got that magic moxie, can make plays. Sometimes he does some stuff that he put the ball behind his back today. We're not encouraging that at all. But, yeah, but he's a fun guy. He's one of those guys that you always feel like you got a chance. He's got the ability to make plays, funny body throws, and move around in the pocket and just find some of those throws that not everyone can do.
When you have a quarterback like him, who sometimes does off platform, is it unorthodox? Do you try to kind of coach him to be more orthodox, or you just kind of let him go?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit like we talked about with Russ. There are times where, he's got an ability to have his feet pointed the wrong way or his base in a funny position and make really good throws. And, sometimes he relies on that when he doesn't have to. So you're like, hey, you have a perfect pocket here. Get your target right. Get your feet right. You don't always have to have these falling away sidearm throws, but it's nice to know that he can do that. So a little bit of mix of both.
When you guys go over the preseason film,
Mm-hmm.
you find guys
do we get them more snaps?
Yeah, I think you know, every day there's an evaluation going on these guys, and the way that, you know, we're rotating through. So sometimes some, you know, guys that you see in the second half are repping with the first team. But yeah, once you see, you know, a small sample size of something good, you want to see if they can sustain that through more reps. But
excuse me, I was wondering, what has impressed you the most about Courtland Sutton's skill set?
Well, I've always known him as a, you know, big body, you know, guy that can make the contested catches, strong hands. Been impressed with how well he's been running, and it seems like he's in really good shape. And I know that he's dealt with injuries, and it just feels like he's really healthy right now. And you know, kind of the Courtland Sutton we remember from a few years back. That's what I've been seeing.
Coach, how do you quantify O-line chemistry, especially early in camp?
Yeah, I think the communication, making sure that everyone's on the same page, that we're targeting the runs right, that we're targeting the protections right, that they're working together. You know, there's a lot of combination blocks, and you know, it takes a lot of work for those guys to get on the same page. But once they get enough reps, it becomes second nature. So it's just, you know, that's a position that's just such a rep, time on task, working together with the guy next to you. You know, so often these offensive linemen, you know, they're doing great, and you just switch one guy in and out. And it's not that the new guy's doing poorly; they just don't have that same chemistry. So it just takes a lot of work, but I think they're doing a good job.
Last question.
Like when you're joining a new organization, what sets you up for success? Like, what's your best practice for starting out, getting your, you know, meeting the staff, all that?
Yeah, I think it's just, you know, it starts with open communication, everyone being on the same page, not having multiple agendas. You know, something I've always appreciated about Sean is that however he does it, you just always feel like everyone on the staff and the kind of players that he's brought in, you know, that everyone's on the same page with the same goal, and you know, that you tackle issues head on. You know, if someone doesn't like the way something's going, hey, we talk about it and make sure that we're all on the same page.
Coach, thank you.
Thanks, guys.